I thank the gentlelady for yielding and for her leadership on issues of the utmost importance to the American people. My friend says we're not here to talk about the debt that has been created in this nation. We're here to talk about money. We're here to talk about the taxpayers' money. And this bill, this underlying bill that is being discussed right now, spends another $33 billion. That's right, Mr. Speaker, another $33 billion of hard-earned money from the American taxpayer. But it can't come from the American taxpayer because we have so much deficit right now, so it's got to come from where? China or Japan. Mr. Speaker, the American people are sick and tired of what's going on here in Washington. Just this week, the American people said in a survey that the greatest threat to this nation, which had been, they believed had been terrorism, is now debt. Debt. What they're saying to us is stop the madness. And so what the Republicans have done in an attempt to be fiscally responsible and try to encourage our colleagues on the other side of the aisle to stop the madness is to institute the YouCut program. It's at republicanwhip.house.gov/YouCut. And this week's winner, these are the American people going to this website saying, stop the madness, cut in this area. This week's winner will save $15 billion by selling excess federal property. It's property that's not being used right now. Sell it for $15 billion. Every single week what we do is to try to identify those programs, those areas of the federal government that are recklessly spending the hard-earned taxpayers' money. And this week there are 5 more new nominees that will be announced. So, Mr. Speaker, I would encourage my colleagues to go to the website, republicanwhip.house.gov/YouCut, and vote for whether or not they want to prohibit hiring of new IRS agents to enforce the new health care law, saving $10 billion, whether they want to terminate exchanges in the Whaling and Trading Partners Program, another nearly $90 million in savings. I ask for an extra minute.
Yield the gentleman another minute.
The gentleman is recognized for additional minute.
Or you could vote to terminate taxpayer-subsidized political party conventions. That's right, Mr. Speaker. We spend tens of millions of dollars paying for Democrat and Republican party conventions. That's crazy. Or you could vote to require collection of unpaid taxes from federal employees. $1 billion we could save there. Or to terminate the funding for the NDIC, $440 million. Mr. Speaker, this debate is not just about whether or not we are acting responsibly here. It's what we are doing with the hard-earned taxpayer money. We're talking about money here. And this bill that you're talking about spends an extra $33 billion that we do not have. In fact, there's money appropriated already through the TARP program, over $500 billion of money available. You could use some of that if you wanted to be fiscally responsible, but, Mr. Speaker, we haven't seen that kind of leadership out of the majority party. Mr. Speaker, the YouCut program allows the American people to assist in identifying those things that they believe are wasteful in our federal government. This bill is an opportunity through the PQ to be able to cut the excess federal properties.